Funny how they using the ticket agent to target me as I'm getting off the bus. Right, anyhow. So yeah, so like I said, I was trying to install Windows after finally getting the computer to post into the BIOS, but I just couldn't get it to load Windows. Now with these with Windows, you have to have secure boot, and then you have to make sure that you have TPM, FTPM enabled, right? Usually boards now over the past decades, motherboards manufacturer has included software and sometimes even hardware TPM module or TPM software-based TPM, right? And so it's just gotta get that to make sure that you have TPM, make sure you're using the right one, and then you gotta just turn on secure boot. Sometimes it won't work. You have this thing called CSM. I forgot the label. I just remember the 3 letters, right? I forgot what it is, right? I should know. Right? So now I gotta go back and look at what those things mean again. Like I said, sometimes I'll forget these things, but I always gotta go back and reread about them again. So anyhow, you gotta make sure that's off. And then I forgot that when you do that, you have to load the default keys, right? It's like like I said, I forget these things, but trying to I remember bits and pieces of it, so that's how I was able to get around a lot of issues. So even when I did that, because when I did that initially, I forgot another step, right? So you kind of figure stuff out. So you had to go to custom, and then because I couldn't see my the drive, right, the NVMe drive. So finally able to see it, and okay, good. Restart the computer, starts up. It goes into to where it's just about to load Windows, and then it gets stuck. Now, I had this happen to me before, and I actually had to install Windows on using the command prompt, right? In order to initialize the drive and install Windows on the drive without having to go through the window, the motherboard, the computer, boot from the OS, right? Not the OS, I'm sorry. Boot automatically boot from the. You kind of bypass that part of the initial startup, right? So you got Windows installed on a USB drive, right? And if you leave it, what happens is that it will run the installation off of the USB drive. But there's a way in which you can install Windows directly onto the, you can bypass that step and do it directly from the command prompt. So I'm gonna have to do that, but I didn't have enough time to do that again. It takes me a while. It takes me, a lot longer. I should have finished this like 2 hours ago. But again, like I said, dealing with the motherboard issue, like I said, it takes me a while to get these things done. I can only build. Like I said, if I'm doing it myself, I can only build like one computer in one day. I cannot do 2. Right? So, yeah. If I run into any issue, I got to figure it out. Most times it takes me a while. Other times, if I can remember how to fix the issue, I'll fix the issue. But like I said, they're constantly putting you through these tests to see if you remember. And if you don't remember, they'll constantly use the police siren, right? As if that's going to help you remember. No, it won't. Your threat of throwing me in jail, your threat of assassinating me, not going to help jog my memory back. Sorry, not going to happen. Okay? There's neurological damage. as well as psychological damage. You can't fix that. Okay. So, you know, but they, you know, again, it's the narrative they want to set forth, right? Because they want to continue to do this to other people, and basically everybody. You know, I talk about transhumanism, and so we as TIs, we are non-consensual experimentation, particularly for BCI, brain computer interface, and also the creation of these AI and for these types of programs, right? So if you go onto the DARPA website, and they talk about using BCI to, you know, for people who have mental illness, right? But it's not just for that, okay? It's not just for that. Because again, what we deal with as TIs are being selected. Again, just like throughout history, people have been selected. They didn't do anything innocent, but you know, you're selected. It could be whatever. It could be because I was a twin. It could be, you know, you could be for another reason, what have you. You know? We really don't know, right? But we know that, just know that you're selected to be put into this program, which is a non-consensual human experimentation program, right? So me trying to expose it, but also expose it not just what they do and also the psychological aspect of it in terms of, you know, aside within the society and societal mobbing, but also explain how the technology affects you and what they do, how they send you subliminal message, how they manipulate your emotions, how they, you know, engage in, you know, gross conduct of abuse of power, you know. So having to do all these things, and then trying to set you up or frame you and shit like that. You know, like lately they've been trying to use Pam to try to frame me and just try to set me up. But you know, I'm like, whatever. I'm not doing anything, so there you go. You know. So, but they always, and this is the one thing we know about this system, right? Particularly when it comes to black men, is how they condition black women to, you know, make false charges against black men, and particularly when it comes to SA and stuff like that, and domestic violence. That's the narrative that they push with in the minds of black women. So that's how they view us as black men. You know, which again, the people who do these things the most are white people and members of the military and police. All right, so I think I can get to it.